Once upon a time, the people of a small border town in Scotland formed a football club. It was in a place more famous for runaway weddings, and for years, Gretna's football team remained on the shelf. As the years passed, they were allowed to play non-league football in England, and in 1993 faced the mighty Bolton Wanderers in the FA Cup. But what little Gretna wanted most was to play in their homeland, bonny Scotland. They tried and tried and tried again to enter the Scottish League, and eventually, in 2002, their dreams came true. Then, a local businessman who loved all kinds of strange animals decided he would help. He promised that one day he would take them all the way to the Premier League. This wee club started by winning the 3rd Division, and then they grew stronger and went on to take the 2nd Division crown. In that same year, just 4 years after joining the league, they reached the final of the Scottish Cup and became famous throughout the land. 60 years on from their humble beginnings, tiny Gretna had reached the oldest cup competition in the world. But could they actually win it? They knew if there was going to be a happy ending, they would have to break a few hearts.
A stunning strike. It doesn't get much better than this. Hartley!
In the 121-year history of the Scottish Cup, we have never seen anything like this. Tiny Gretna, the first club from the 2nd Division to reach the Scottish Cup final, are maybe on the verge of creating the biggest shock ever in a final. Incredibly, they've already reached the UEFA Cup, but today they're up against one of the clubs that will be representing Scotland in the Champions League. Hearts are hoping to win their 7th Cup final, but they know they'll have their work cut out. From the home of Scottish football, Hampden Park in Glasgow, it's Hearts against Gretna. Now, Hearts owner Vladimir Romanov, that's him in the middle. He arrived here at Hampden with members of the Russian submarine K-19. You can never predict what this man will do next. But no, this man, Brooks Milson, the Gretna owner, he'll stand amongst his own fans today. They are of their Scottish heritage. They came here in kilts. The Gretna tartan, if you please. There's James Grady. And Gretna's joint top scorer is Kenny Duker. 66 goals and 85 appearances for Gretna, and he wants more this afternoon. He's with David Tanner.
Kenny, you look the part. How are you feeling now the big day is here?
I'm just glad it's arrived, to be honest. Can't wait to go out on the pitch, get the ball at my feet. Really looking forward to it, can't wait.
You've blasted away all before you this season and in the 2 seasons before that. How big a step up will Hearts be?
It's a massive step. As a club, we've never beaten a team for the SPL before. But what a day it would be to put that right. Obviously it's going to be difficult. They've had a great season this season, but who knows?
How big an incentive is it for you personally to score the winner?
Well, obviously it's been in the press, it's huge, but I'm not really worried about that. If I come away with a winner's medal, that's priceless. So any Gretna win, I'll be absolutely delighted.
How do you stop Hearts?
I think we've prepared well all week. It's going to take a lot of hard work, maybe a wee bit of luck. But in a one-off game, you've got a chance. They're a good team, but we believe we can do something.
And are you nervous?
Yeah, very nervous. Obviously, it's the biggest game in my career by a long, long way. But I'm sure I can channel the nervous energy the right way, and hopefully produce a good performance.
Doctor, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Gretna's Cup run started back in November with a trip to Preston Athletic.
James Grady scored a hat-trick that helped us to a 6-2 win.
In round 2 we were at home to Cove Rangers. The Highland League outfit couldn't cope with Gretna as they were also hit for 6.
Next we travel to Perth to take on St Johnstone. Steve Tosh scored the only goal of the game. In round 4, it took a replay to beat Celtic's conquerors Clyde. It was Valentine's night and we all fell in love with James Grady as he scored his second hat-trick of the campaign.
First Division winning St Mirren made the trip to Radio Park for round 5. Kenny Duker was our ace in the pack.
In the semi-final, we travelled to Hampden to take on Dundee. Kenny Duker opened the scoring just before half-time. Then Ryan McGuffey made it 2 from the penalty spot, and the Barry Smith own goal rounded off a 3-0 win. It was the greatest day in Gretna's history and meant a return trip to Hampden for the 10th Scottish Cup final.
Brooks, I know the second division title win must have been sweet, but when you throw in a Scottish Cup final appearance and a UEFA Cup spot, can you really get your head around it all?
Yeah, it's just bloody daft. No, it's. I think the second division title means the most to us. I mean, it's really part of our development. But yeah, I think when you think back that 4 years ago at this time we were finishing a season in non-league football, and 4 years down the line, 2 successive promotions, smallest club in Britain to reach a major cup final, and now the bloody UEFA Cup. I mean, how daft can it get?
How are you going to feel on Saturday, sitting in the stand watching the Gretna boys walk out?
I really don't know how I'm going to cope with it, because I'm a very emotional person anyway. And last year I was with the Dundee fans watching the cup final, and I said, this is brilliant for me just being here. I don't know what you must feel like. I can't imagine what it must be like to watch your gaffer lead your team out at Hampden. Here we are, I'm going to be doing it. I know what'll happen. My eyes will fill up and my bottom lip will start going, and it'll be hard for me to control my emotion because I'm just so proud of what's happened, and I just can't imagine what it's going to be like to watch in front of 55,000 people. You know, when we used to crowds of a few less than that.
What gave you the biggest thrill? Getting to the cup final or hearing that you were in Europe as well?
No, I think getting to the cup final really, because with Europe we got there because good old Mr. Romanoff and his team really did the business for us. We got to the cup final by absolute merit. And it was a great ride because we've never been a cup team.
You mentioned Vladimir Romanoff there, and do you see shades of you in him? Because I guess on a different scale, he's really doing a similar thing to you're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're very different. He's got a big club there with huge potential. I think he's the most important person in Scottish football, in my opinion.
Yeah? Why?
I think because he's actually taken away the attention from the big two. He's split them. He's got Hearts after a year into the Champions League, the first time ever other than the big two, and I think he will make Hearts a major power, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I think it's brilliant what he's done. I think it's a one-man revolution. We've got similar backgrounds, as ordinary folk who've done okay. We both love football. He's passionate about Hearts regardless of what people say, as I am about Gretna. We both want to do what's best for our clubs, and I think that's the similarity, really.
Is it enough for Gretna just to be part of the occasion on Saturday, or do you really feel you can go and win it?
Oh no, I think in a game anyone can beat anyone in a one game. Who knows? For the first time, we were going to a game where we're not favourites. Even we were playing first division teams. Even the team that was leading has got promoted to the Premiership, and we were the favourites with a lot of boogies, which I could never understand. They were proved right, obviously. No, we won't be there just to make up the numbers. We'll be there, you know, our lads will be relaxed. We've got a lot of good senior pros in there who've been there, and we'll be going out there to win.
UEFA Cup next season, who would you take?
Well, I want somewhere where it's easy to drive to. because Lofty, who I take to all the games, he can't fly. So I'll have to drive him there to get him there.
Just a pity you can't use radio, isn't it? You can see Beckham out here, can't you?
Beckham, who's he? He wouldn't get in the team.
There he is, what a character. Brooks Milson. He's had a couple of heart attacks. He got through them, but he still smokes 100 cigarettes a day. He's probably done a few packets by this time of the day, Charlie. It's cup final day, and his team is in the cup final. And just like Hearts have in Romanov, Charlie, well, Gretna have a real character at the top, don't they?
He's remarkable. He's a remarkable character. I mean, this is truly what football is all about. When this starts to happen, you identify personalities. You know, I think he can look back with a lot of pride. I just hope when he needs a cigarette, because now obviously in Scotland you're not allowed to do it in a public place, that if he takes a cigarette, Gretna don't score and he misses a goal.
John, I mean, fair play to him. He's really come up trumps for this little club, hasn't he?
Exactly, and that's what you need, is say characters. And someday, you know, we talk about money in football, but to have real success, as you saw with Hearts this year, you need to put a lot of money in. He's played a lot of money to win the 3rd division, a lot of money into his players to win the 2nd division. We'll face them next year in the 3rd division. We'll do the same again. But why not? Look at this, 12,000 people from the borders, not just this side of the border. You're talking people from Carlisle's and round about there as well, all come up here to support Gretna, and why not? What a fantastic story.
And these Gretna fans inside Hampden today, fully confident that their little club can go on and win the Scottish Cup here at Hampden this afternoon. There were 350 to 1 at the start of this cup campaign to win it. Well, their odds now 13 to 2. Hearts massive favourites, but Gretna are going to give it their all. Hearts with a massive, massive support inside Hampden today. They've brought 40,000 through to the west, and they are ready, and they fully expect their club to go on and win the cup for the first time since 1998. Their opponents are Gretna, and it's been a season of surprises. Will we get the biggest of the lot here at Hampden today?
It's automatic. I need to unload under the pressure. Don't need love to road. Fall into fashion, fall out again. Let's get together. Cause it never ends. Here comes a
Well, there is no recall for Andy Webster, who's been in dispute over his future, even though he was named in the squad. Senegalese international Ibrahim Tal partners skipper Stephen Presley at the back. Bruno Aguiar is preferred to Julien Brellier in midfield. The outstanding Paul Hartley has been a driving force for Hearts. He scored a semi-final hat-trick here against his former club, Hibs. Czech striker Roman Bednar was suspended for that semi. He's back to partner Edgaras Jankauskas.
Well, the managers have changed throughout the season, Ian, but the system never changes. 4-4-2 again. And apart from Andy Webster and perhaps Julien Brellier, you would have to say it's just about as strong a side as Hearts could field today. Jankauskas and Bednar, the obvious goal threat, but for me, the midfield has been at the heart of everything this club has achieved this season. Terrific balance right across our midfield line. Scatzel, who becomes a third striker when the ball's on the other side, has a terrific goals return. Cisnauskas, I love watching, he goes inside and outside, great provider. Aguiar in the screening role in front of the two centre-backs, and Hartley without doubt the best box-to-box player in the country, and it is a Hearts side that if they can find top gear, should get the job done.
Well, there is plenty of experience in his Gretna side. Alan Main and John O'Neill played in the 1991 Cup final for Dundee United. O'Neill also played for Hibs in 2001. Stevie Tosh, Derek Townsley and Chris Innes have been around too. James Grady came on as a late sub in last year's final, again for Dundee United. He and qualified Dr. Kenny Chuka have shared 50 goals this season. They call him Dr. Goals.
Well, Rowan Alexander could have chosen to match up with Hearts, could have gone 4-4-2, but he stuck by his normal 3-5-2 system. I just worry slightly that the two wide players might find it hard to get forward, that might end up a 5-3-2. Gavin Skelton in particular, I think will find it just now just a real handful down that side. I think Gretna have to accept that Hartley will run off that central three. He will get goal side of them. In that respect, of the back three, whoever is spare, and there will be two picking up, whoever is spare is going to have to be aware of Hartley arriving into the box. Grady and Duke are up front, 34 goals between them this season. They know where to find the net, and they're going to have to take anything that comes their way today.
Well, this really is the stuff that fairy tales are made of. The mother of all fairy tales, in fact. Rowan, Alexander, all kills it up. Ready to leave out Gretna. Gretna, previously just famous for where runaway lovers got married, is now famous for its football team. The romance of the cup has taken on a whole new meaning. It has been an astonishing season for Gretna. Their fans have never known anything like it. But come to think of it, it's been an astonishing season for Hearts too. Their fans have never known anything like it. From non-league football in England to the Scottish Third Division, to the Second Division, to the First Division, to the Cup Final, to Europe, Gretna really are living the dream.
Please welcome Hearts manager Craig Gordon, Robbie Nielsen, Takis Fisas.
Well, Gretna sure have some stories to tell about this season, but then so do Hearts. It's been a rollercoaster ride at Tynecastle. They've qualified for the Champions League and reached the Cup Final, but there's been a fair bit of debris scattered along the way, and a couple of managers too.
Please welcome Gretna, managed by Rowan Alexander, March, David Nichols, Steve Tosh, Derek Townsley, Chris Ennis, John O'Neill.
Saturday, May the 13th, Hampden Park, Glasgow, the 2006 Scottish Cup Final, Hearts and Gretna. Gretna is closed today. The whole town has run away to Hampden for a date with Hearts. Brooks Milson has transformed the fortunes of this club from the borders. And I suppose you have to say that Vladimir Romanov has transformed the fortunes of Hearts as well. He's certainly done it his way. Valdas Ivanauskas in charge of Hearts today, but George Burley and Graham Ricks certainly did their bit as well in this remarkable season. Rowan Alexander has been the manager for 5 years. He's taken Gretna through various leagues, north and south of the border, and now he's in the Cup Final and, by the way, in Europe. There's a first major final for today's referee, Dougie McDonald, who actually sent off the Hearts coach Ivanauskas at Celtic recently. Hearts split the old firm in the Scottish Premier League to secure a Champions League place. Here they are in the Cup Final. This season, the Scottish Cup has given us Clyde turning over Celtic, Hibs winning at Ibrox, Partick Thistle beating Cali Thistle and very nearly doing the same to Hearts. St Mirren, Alloa and Airdrie were giant killers too. Is there one more big shock to come? Fisas, a European Championship winner with Greece, towards Jankauskas, an early free kick for Hearts.
I think Gretna have got to feel their way into this game, and I think they've got to be very cautious in the opening 5-10 minutes. We've watched Hearts blow teams away throughout this season with a power play early on in the match. It's absolutely vital that Gretna aren't damaged. Leave themselves with a real uphill task.
Well, James Grady is chasing this, and you can rest assured that he'll chase everything this afternoon. He was closely watched by Ibrahim Tal.
It's the type of ball he wants, though. You know, in behind or up the side of central defenders. Kenny Duker much less complicated. You know, he does give them the option of going back to front. And Grady, perfect foil running off him.
Such an inspiration for Hearts, looking to make an early impression. Hartley, oh, and Bednar just failed to make contact.
Well, had the option here, Paul Hartley could have taken the shot on. I thought he shaped as if he was going to try and score with the outside of his right foot here. Decided instead to play it in front post for Bednar. And just a little bit heavy with the pass.
Stephen Presley for Fisas. Jankowskis. Chesnauskis having Skelton trying to stick close to him. It's a fine challenge on Skelton. Just what you want to do in the opening couple of minutes of the cup final.
It's a terrific tackle, but you know they've got to find a white jersey with the ball out of defence, or it's just going to keep coming back at them.
Nielsen, and offside against Jankowskis.
Yeah, maybe even two, perhaps even three Hearts players offside. Danger for Gretna is if they try and squeeze the game and push up, they've got to watch Hartley arriving late, going beyond the front two.
Colossal throw. Here's John O'Neill. O'Neill, plenty of experience, can't put Duker away. Gretna were 350 to 1 to win the Scottish Cup before the tournament began, and they defy those incredible odds. Scottish Cup full of surprises this season. Skepta. Challenged by Mark Birch. Hearts hoping the long throw routine might work. Bednar looking to flick on. Comes back towards Fisas, and it's a corner kick now for Hearts.
It's a decent block by Stevie Tosh, but Gretna already been backed up right on top of Alan Main.
Stephen Presley, the skipper, lurking on the back post. Paul Hartley aims it towards Presley.
It's not a corner that Alan Main could come for. There's so much late whipping the ball there from Paul Hartley. Stephen Presley, I thought, was climbing anyway. Up over the top of Duker, up early, making sure that Duker wasn't getting up. I don't think he was penalised. I think Doug McDonald gave the goal kick.
Alan Main played for Dundee United in the Scottish Cup final 15 years ago. That incredible match. But they lost 4-3 to Motherwell. Duker helping this on. And Craig Gordon stops it going for a potential corner. Gretna's population is less than 3,000, yet they've brought 12,000 to Hampden. An excellent effort. The Hearts fans have showed what they're all about as well, turning up in force. for Duca, who's offside, Brady.
Well, was he? Very tight. It's a good reverse. He had McGuffey right side there, Duca. A nice little reverse there. It's very tight. I'm not convinced he's off. I think Robbie Nielsen's level in the right back area. And that's where James Grady will want to play, right on the shoulder of the last defender.
Scatzel. That's a free kick in a promising position for Hearts. Paul Hartley getting himself focused. James Grady just standing in the way.
Well, he might get himself a booking if he doesn't get out of there, but you can see what he's trying to do. Make sure that wall is spot on.
Hartley straight against the wall. He did score on a free kick, and he claimed that semi-final hat-trick against Hibs on a sweet day for Hearts. Bednar gives it back to Nielsen. And we are for Fisas. It's come to Chesnauskis! Well, Alan Main was stranded and fortune favoured Gretna as it bounced off the post. But Hearts are coming back for more. Here's the man who hit the post, Chesnauskis, but he's held up by John O'Neill. And O'Neill's been caught late there by Chesnauskis.
Well, let off for Gretna. They really are being pummeled at the moment. Good early touch here to get it under control. Got the shot away early. Chris Innes trying to get out to make the block. Can't quite get there. Fortunately enough for Gretna, the ball is moving just a little bit right to left.
Well, he's scored 3 times for Hearts, and all 3 of those goals have come in this competition, including a stunner against Partick Thistle in the quarter-final this season. McGuffey. Hearts have lost Scottish Cup finals in 1976, 86 and 96. I'll be hoping that particular sequence does not continue today. Skelton. O'Neill. Derek Townsley. Birch will elect to go back to Alan Main. Ibrahim Tal, not exactly aerially challenged by Grady. Gretna, unsurprisingly, struggling to find their feet as Hearts look to hurt them early on. And this man can hurt, as Hibs found out to their cost in the semi-final, and a few other teams have found out too. And we are now for Fisas. Fisas again. Nielsen. Robbie Nielsen preparing for a long throw. Doesn't quite reach Jankowskis or anyone else come to that. And here's McGuffey. Well, he's got Grady and Duca ahead of him, and they can't score goals. No free kick for McGuffey.
It's a good run nevertheless. Took the ball for a wander, 60 yards, took a lot of pressure off.
Flag stays down. It's Fisas. Jankowskis and Bednar waiting. And Townsley just hooked it away.
Oh, needed a better ball in, needed far more pace in the ball in, because Bednar was in early, had his hand up. But he needed the ball zipped across the face of goal. It was in the air too long.
Here's Tal. Hartley. Aguiar, the Portuguese midfielder, preferred to the Frenchman Brelia. Jesnauskas, who's hit the post already. It's casual on Robbie Nielsen's left foot. It's given away by O'Neill, but he gets a second chance to clear. Stephen Presley. It's Rudy Scatzel. And Alan Main gets to grips with it.
Well, it's a good save. I think the important thing there was no spillage at all, because Paul Hartley is following it in, would have had a tap in. Had it come off Alan Main any distance. We're glad to get an early touch of the ball, early save under his belt.
Hartley. And Kauskas is onside, and this is ominous for Gretna. Alan Main stopped it, but here's Bednar. And Gretna are hanging in there. Blocked by Innes, second time around. And they're doing a bit more than hanging now.
Oh, he had Duca. Had he played it early, Kenny Duca's in acres of space there.
Skelton. Here's Tal, the Senegalese international. Years ago, Gretna were playing non-league football in England, the Unibond League. Now here they are in the Scottish Cup final, and they will play in Europe next season, regardless of what happens today. Although if they were to win the cup, they would go straight into the competition. Otherwise, they'll face a qualifying round, but I think they'll just about take that. Nichols, Hartley, Nielsen, Aguiar, Hartley, that's a late one, and Dougie MacDonald will want a word with Ryan McGuffey.
That's a good turn there from Paul Hartley. Dougie MacDonald might have thought about the booking there.
Robbie Nielsen, Bednar, Roman Bednar, the Czech striker.
It's a terrific chance. You know, he gets away from Birch and he's coming blindside of Innes there. Oh, he should be getting something on target there. It's a good ball in by Nielsen. He's got his half yard. Oh, he should be hitting the target. Should be working the keeper.
One of the players George Burley brought to the club. He was voted the Discovery of the Year in the Czech Republic last year. One or two scares for Gretna, but they've almost negotiated the opening quarter of an hour of the 2006 Scottish Cup final. Fisas, who's won cups in Greece and in Portugal. He's after a hat-trick of domestic cups today. He won another trophy as well, European Championship with Greece. Offside here against Kauskas. Valdas Ivanauskas won the Lithuanian Cup last year with Kaunas. Now he has his sights set on the Scottish Cup. He's lost out in the best dress stakes, though, hasn't he, really, to Rowan Alexander. Robbie Nielsen having to turn that away. Skelton throw. presence of Aguiar earning Hearts a throw now. Hearts, who had home draws all the way in the Scottish Cup this season, although some tricky ties. They had to see off fellow SPL teams, Kilmarnock and Aberdeen. Then Partick Thistle from the second division probably gave them more problems than anyone before they demolished Hibs, their Edinburgh rivals, in the semis. O'Neill held back by Bednar. Gretna, of course, had to play in the very first round of the Scottish Cup. They beat Preston Athletic from the East of Scotland League 6-2. Then Cove Rangers from the Highland League 6-1. And then they had to overcome some first division clubs. Interesting from Craig Gordon, who's made a right mess of it. Will Gretna make him pay? Well, Nielsen having to stab it behind for a corner. I'm not quite sure what Craig Gordon was up to.
Well, I don't think Nielsen did him any favours with the back pass. It was a bit heavy, but it was a clumsy first touch from a lad who otherwise is usually pretty comfortable with the ball at his feet.
John O'Neill ready to deliver. Not the worst, and Presley heading it behind.
Well, I think just relieved to get it behind. If anyone gets across the front of Stephen Presley there, they're scoring. Not one that Craig Gordon could come for. Plenty of pace on it.
It was an enticing corner from John O'Neill. Can he match it? He can, although there's been a shove this time, and it's a free kick for Hearts. This is the first time Gretna have played top-flight opponents in the Scottish Cup this season. But they did beat St Mirren, who've won promotion to the SPL. St Johnstone, Clyde and Dundee fell by the wayside. Rudy Scatzel is coming through here, and that's a fine challenge, but Jankowskis is coming back for more. That's away by Skelton, and Gretna living dangerously again.
Oh, big tackle from Mark Birch. Terrific first touch from Scatzel to take him in behind.
Nielsen. Chesnauskis. Aguiar. There's Tal. And now Fisas. Jankowskis. Up against Birch. He's shaking him off. Jankowskis now for Bruno Aguiar. Jankowskis. Bednar, Chesnauskis might have taken that on the volley, but Skelton able to relieve the pressure for Gretna.
It's a good tackle, Hearts just overplaying at times. A couple of chances to get a shot away there.
Skelton. Presley up against Grady. Scatzel. Fisas. Hartley advanced, and Alan Main will catch it before Jankowskis can get near.
I think significantly though, Davy Nicholls matched the run of Hartley. And if it's not the spare central defender, Nicholls, who's the deepest lying of the three central midfield players for Gretna, has to track him.
Hearts held off Rangers to finish as runners-up to Celtic, giving them a chance to have a crack at the Champions League next season. That's loose. Skelton. Gretna have kept 5 successive clean sheets in the Scottish Cup, but that particular record might be severely tested today by Hearts' team, who were worthy of second place in the league.
The problem Gretna have been as much as we expected. The 2 wing-backs struggling to get forward. It's more or less a back 5. You see how deep Gavin Skelton is there when he wins that header. McGuffey on the other side is struggling to get forward.
Robbie Nilsson's long throw was met by Chris Innes. Hartley. Fisas. Aguiar. Will they let him have the shot? And the deflection almost took it in. Corner.
That came off Mark Birch. Lovely drop with the shoulder to get away from Stevie Tosh here. He's dropped his shoulder, worked it onto his right side. Took a big deflection off Mark Birch. Could have gone anywhere.
Paul Hartley will take the corner. The Hearts fans in full voice now. Hartley whipping it in again. And there's been a foul. Bodies all over the place.
Well, again, I think it's Stephen Presley and Kenny Duker at the back post. Gretna centre forward, obviously been given the responsibility of looking after Presley at corners. And as usual, Hearts number 4 attacking it from the back post area. Both in a little bit early. So often you see that award going in favour of the defending side.
Gretna have got a free kick. And they have a chance to offer something in this cup final. John O'Neill will take this. Craig Gordon comes for it. Didn't get to it, and it's a corner.
That's a poor decision by Craig Gordon. If he makes up his mind he's coming for that, he's got to at least get a fist on the ball. It's been an unusually nervous start from the Hearts keeper. No conviction about that at all under pressure from Duker. Really do expect better from the Scotland number 1. He's hung up into a good area. Craig Gordon decided early he was coming, but that's hardly going to inspire confidence.
Bednar hurt amid that throng of players. Skelton offside as he got it back.
It's when he comes back onto the pitch, when he touches the ball, he's come from an offside position as soon as he enters the field of play again.
Here's Robbie Nilsson. O'Neill's header went into the path of Scatzel, and Paul Hartley's in off for once. His touch let him down.
The assistant did well to keep his flag down because Bednar was offside, but not in active play. As it's played here, in fact, he's not. But Hartley's made a good deep run anyway, and it's a clumsy touch from Paul Hartley, of all people. I said earlier on, he will run off that central 3 of Gretna. So important the spare defender is looking out for him.
James Grady's been taken out here by Ibrahim Tal, and Dougie McDonald will have a quick word with him. But this could be promising for Gretna, the second division champions.
Well, I'm not short of targets. Duker, Townsley, Innes, all very good in the air. It's a good ball in here though from Gavin Skelton.
Could be a key moment, and Skelton belts it, and Craig Gordon forced to make the save.
Well, he struck it well enough. I just wonder whether it moved a little bit. You wouldn't expect Craig Gordon to be beaten from there. He had to get his left hand up pretty quickly. Good, sweet strike. No side movement in the ball.
Well, John O'Neill has already floated in a couple of decent corners from this side. O'Neill again. Gordon elects to punch. And there could be a breakout here for Skapsel. He's going to have Cesnauskis running through. Skapsel wants to go it alone, and he's going to be stopped by Skelton, who got that.
Fabulous defending. Gavin Skelton's come back 50, 60 yards to make that challenge. Wonderful tackle.
Here's O'Neill. They haven't really been able to pick out Kenny Duka so far. Now the doctor has conceded a free kick.
Skapsel would have been in there, but for a terrific run there, because he skinned Mark Burt. And Gavin Skelton's come back 50, 60 yards to make that challenge.
Nielsen. Valdas Ivanauskas in charge of Hearts now after the departure of Graham Rix. Of course, it was George Burley who started it all off. You do wonder whether Hearts would have made more of a championship challenge had Burley stayed, but that's by the by. They've done pretty well for themselves anyway. Second place, Champions League, and in the Scottish Cup final. Craig Gordon, Scotland's #1. Hartley hoisting it towards Cesnauskis. No problem for Alan Main. Grady will get a free kick off Fisas. Gretna, of course, don't have squad numbers in the second division, so they line up 1 to 11 today, just like the old days. Helped on by Tosh, and they haven't finished with it yet. John O'Neill with that effort.
An argument there between Skapsel and Paul Hartley. Clumsy touch again from Paul Hartley. Every right to take the shot on.
Townsley. And we are giving away free kick. Skelton. Heading towards the half-hour mark in the Scottish Cup final.
Well, they're certainly relieved that they managed to get through that first 10-20 minutes or so unscathed, Rowan Alexander. They rode the luck a little bit, but he certainly wouldn't grudge them it.
Aguiar. Here's Birch. O'Neill. David Nichols. Kenny Duka trying to get a piece of the action. Fisas, though, sorting it out for Hearts. Skapsel has lost it. Kauskas. Free kick for Jankowskis, who was on the bench when Jose Mourinho's Porto won the Champions League. It's a foul by Scansell this time. Well, the Football League playoffs continue tonight on Sky Sports 2 from 6. It's the first leg of Wycombe against Cheltenham from League 2, and then we're into League 1 tomorrow at noon. Sky Sports 2, Brentford and Swansea all level for that second leg. Nilsson. Česnauskis. Hart's probing again. Paul Hartley, and it's snuffed out superbly by Davy Nichols. Fisas. And Bednar wasn't picked up. Alan Main having to nudge it away for a corner.
Oh, he should be doing better, Bednar. He's completely unchallenged, and he's not going to score from this angle, but he's got to get it back across goal. Terrific ball in to pick him out. He's got all the time in the world, and Hearts have loaded up that back post if he gets it back across goal.
What can Hearts make of the corner from Scansell? It's easily taken by Alan Main, confidently so. And he's trying to set Stevie Tosh away, but Stephen Presley coming back diverted that. Scansell. Bednar. Tosh. Tal shouldn't be too bothered by Juka's presence nearby. Česnauskis. Fouled by Chris Innes, the Gretna skipper.
Well, Česnauskis flattered by Chris Innes, but he looks Hearts' best hope at the moment. Committing defenders, opening up space for Hearts, who, after that first 15 minutes or so, have lost their way a little bit.
Hartley wants a bit more to aim for than just Jankowskis and Bednar, who are in the box. Scansell it is who takes it. Jankowskis, and there's been a push. It was saved anyway by Alan Main, but a free kick.
Well, it was always favouring Jankowskis over Birch at the back post. Has he given offside? No, flag stayed down near side, I think. Must have been for climbing. Good whip ball in from Scansell. Didn't see a lot in that.
Jankowskis scored in the quarter-final against Partick and scored in the semi-final against Hibs. Here's Robbie Nilsson. Bednar. Oh, Česnauskis. Here's Fisas. Česnauskis wants it back. John O'Neill, another terrific challenge.
It's a good challenge. I think this is Gretna's problem, though, getting out now. You know, once they have possession, there's only James Grady up there to hit. Better.
McGuffey. Well, he's picked out Gavin Skelton.
Well, he had a thing about it. I think he was going to hit it first time. Thought he was just going to come on and pull the trigger, but he knew he could take a touch. First touch actually let him down. He struggled to get it out his feet. But good build-up play.
Gavin Skelton has been at Gretna for their rapid rise in recent years. This is Mark Birch. Grady. McGuffey in, and Tosh advanced, and Stephen Presley having to deal with it.
That's a good ball, the way the ball in behind was terrific. Stephen Presley, to be fair, well positioned.
do have Townsley and Innes coming up from the back, of course. McGuffey loitering with intent, as well as Juka and Grady. Skelton sends it in. That's met by Fisas. Hasn't gone very far though. And McGuffey's header is going to land on the roof of the net.
Well, I think Craig Gordon's looking for a free kick. He's claiming it was impeded here as the ball came in. It was Juka who's backing into him. Not a great deal in it though. The looping header was never going to beat him. Well, Gordon can't get a clean run at it.
Juka. Kenny Juka with an astonishing 66 goals in 85 matches for Gretna. Not kept in by Townsley, and Hearts have a chance to ask questions again, especially as Robbie Nilsson possesses a long throw. Nilsson launching it towards Bednar. Scatzel retrieves it. Hartley. Away by Innes, but straight back to Hartley, who's got Fisas on the overlap. And Fisas still going. Scatzel tries the spectacular.
Well, Fisas did well. Might have been tempted just to knock it in first time, but he was determined to make a far better angle to get in behind, and he did well.
Scatzel, who was on loan to Hearts from Marseille, but has agreed a deal now. Been experiencing a goal drought in the second half of the season after starting so well. Some throw for Bednar. Just tickled away by Mark Birch, who began his career at his hometown club, Stoke. Robbie Nilsson's long throw. Jankowskis and Scatzel! Rudy Scatzel ends his goal drought in the Scottish Cup final, and Hearts hope they are on their way to glory.
Oh, it's a terrific first-time finish from Scatzel. Always a problem, you know, Gretna getting backed up when they're as deep as this. Not see who wins the first ball. It might even have been Chris Innes who nicked it on. Nobody in the right back position. That is a terrific finish from Scatzel. Back across Alan Main, who's wrong-footed. It was Chris Innes who won the first ball. Little nick. He takes it early, he takes it high, but what a good job Scatzel makes of the finish.
It's his 17th goal of the season, but his first since the end of January. Scored in the opening 7 league matches of the season. He did receive a yellow card, I think, for his wild celebration. Mind you, he's been waiting a while to score. Offside here against James Grady, so Gretna couldn't see it through to half-time. They trail.
You just get a little bit preoccupied, Gretna, with the two big fellas, Jankowskis and Bednar, and Scatzel's just come round the back. Still a terrific finish. It's an awkward height, and he's bulleted that back across Alan Main.
Fisas now for Aguiar. Last 5 minutes of the first half. Hearts want a second before the break. And Stevie Tosh gets a goal kick off Scatzel, the scorer. Scatzel then did get a yellow card for his celebration. I mean, we can't have somebody celebrating their first goal since January in the Scottish Cup final, can we?
I think, to be fair to Dougie McDonald, he's under instruction. The minute the jersey comes off, he's looking at a yellow, but what a good finish. Then he's on his way. He hasn't scored since January, so you can understand his excitement getting one in the cup final. It's a daft rule, isn't it?
Completely daft. That'll be offside against Jankowskis. It's a rule they really have to do something about soon. Scansel's first goal in 15 games, and it meant so much to him, and it means so much to Hearts. They have the lead in the 2006 Scottish Cup final. Juko rising though. Scansel stopped Nichols getting to that. And poor Hartley fouling John O'Neill.
That's soft. I can see why Hartley's angry. He's entitled to go and win that, and he won it well. He would have been in a good position to break otherwise.
Gretna not hanging around. O'Neill in towards Juka.
Just couldn't get anything on it. There's no real pace in the ball, and he's trying hard to generate power, but it's just dropping straight out of the sky onto his head.
McGuffey. Well, Hearts were the last team from outside of the Old Firm to win this famous trophy in 1998. Are they going to do it again in 2006? Vladimir Romanov. Never a dull moment when he's around. He doesn't do dull moments. Got through a few managers already. He says he'll do whatever it takes to make Hearts the biggest and the best in Scotland.
Well, Bednar reckons he was on. I think he's gone just a fraction early. He's looking right across the line. I think he's just off. I think Derek Townsley deepest as the ball is played, but half a yard at most.
Can Gretna, plucky Gretna from the borders, respond before half-time? Oh, they're going to get a free kick in a very useful position.
Well, this is a terrific chance. It's Aguiar with the tackle on Stevie Tosh. What a chance this is. Got to get something on target here.
Kenny Juka and John O'Neill. Davy Nichols were all there. Birch, Nichols setting themselves for this. Juka's now moved away.
As if they're going to shift the ball, which surprises me. I think in that area, you know, you can take the strike on. I don't know why they have to shift it.
Last minute of the first half, a key moment in the cup final. Dougie McDonald's not happy with Juka's presence in the wall. It is Mark Birch for the hit, and the wall proves to be very effective. Birch now trying to hold up Hartley. And gets the fans going. The back of Hartley to little effect. Dougie McDonald has indicated that there won't be any added on time in this first half, so a matter of seconds remaining. It is half time, and I suppose it had been coming. Rudy Scansel was due a goal, having not scored since the end of January. And you can understand his and theirs jubilation when it finally came just before half-time. Hearts have the advantage, but in this season of Scottish Cup shocks, Gretna might yet have their say. Half-time in Hampden, Hearts 1, Gretna 0.
Legs go completely, Charlie, if Hearts get an early second.
I would change it. If I was Gretna manager, going Alexander, I would change it. I would go with a back four, because Hearts will control the game, because they're giving them the ball in midfield and they're not pressing, and because of that they can't get forward and support from midfield. I would change it, but I think you'll probably keep it for another 15-20 minutes.
OK, well, it's 1-0 Hearts. Let's rejoin Davey and Ian.
Well, Gretna first out, eager to get going. Here come Hearts. They've had a superb season, although it's been rather turbulent, with Vladimir Romanov changing managers. George Burley left, Graham Ricks left. Valdas Ivanauskas will go down in history as the manager of Hearts' Scottish Cup winning side if they hang on here. But Gretna do have goals in them. They scored a whopping 122 goals this season, although never against this quality of opposition. Hearts runners-up in the Scottish Premier League, heading for the Champions League. Gretna, of course, whatever happens to them, will be in Europe next season in the UEFA Cup. But Rudy Scatzel has become joint top scorer with Paul Hartley with that first half goal. His 17th of the season, his first since the end of January. There is a terrific support here in Hampden for both teams today. It's Hearts who have the advantage. Gretna haven't had too many sights of goal, but with Duca and Grady around, they might not need too many. One chance taken, what a difference it would make. Ibrahim Tal will see that one behind. Senegalese international preferred to Andy Webster, the Scottish international, who's in a dispute about where his future might lie with the club. Duca will challenge, or in fact leaves it for Presley. Tosh. Here's McGuffey. He's got time to deliver, and Kenny Duca won't be allowed to get near that. Craig Gordon with a fairly straightforward catch.
Again, no pace on the ball in. Goalkeeper always favoured the longer the ball's in the air. You've got the choice now, Gretna. Do they stick or twist now? Do they go for it, or try and play away cautiously and hope they can nick one?
Gretna with plenty of experience in their ranks. And you can see a point in a couple of years' time where they might be playing the likes of Hearts week in, week out. That is their aim, their ambition, to mix it regularly with the elite in the Scottish Premier League. It's a fantastic day out for Gretna, but they want it to be a bit more than that. They want to mount a serious challenge for this famous old trophy. Visas. Helped on by Jankowskis, Bednar's offside. Have only won the Scottish Cup 3 times in the last 100 years. It's a trophy that hasn't found its way to Edinburgh too often. O'Neill on by Duca. Oh, what a big chance here! And it's flashed just wide, agonisingly from Tosh.
Oh, James Grady did ever so well, because he drags Ibrahim Tal out into the wide area. Watch Grady's run here. Takes Tal all the way and opens up beautifully. That's the cleanest chance in the match Gretna have had. The time to let it come across his body, he couldn't quite hit the target.
Encouragement for Gretna. Tosh so close to an equaliser. Nilsson, who won the Youth Cup with Hearts, hoping to have the Scottish Cup. Hartley. Well, he wants a free kick and he's going to get it eventually.
He could have had it earlier. To be fair, Paul Hartley is holding David Nichols off. They're both at it. Eventually it's given. It's a terrific position here for Hearts.
Well, the second goal early in the second half would put Hearts firmly in command. Admirably defended by Gretna.
It's Chris Innes again who won the first ball. Defended these set pieces so well today for Rowan Alexander.
Here's Hartley. Offside against Bednar.
He had a long look there. Bednar reckons he's on. Chris Innes again, I think, is deepest here for Gretna. As it's played. Well, in the wide area, there's not an awful lot in it.
For the first time in 9 years, the Old Firm have got cup final day off. Hearts and Gretna on centre stage. Grady. Offside against Tosh. Presley up towards Hartley. Davy Nichols won it. Skelton's going to run onto this. It's gone behind Kenny Duca and Towell can clear. Tosh had advanced again, but Stephen Presley in the way. Kauskis determined. Kenny Duca slightly hurt as he collided with Jankowskis. He's definitely hurt something. Here's a doctor, mind you, might be able to sort himself out. Fisas, Bednar, and Kauskis holds it up well. He had arms around him. Here's Aguiar now for Nielsen. Nielsen's centre. Paul Hartley.
Well, almost punished for a poor clearance at the front post there, Gretna.
Presley now. Here's Bednar. And Kauskis and Chesnauskis in the middle. Presley stayed up there. It's Hartley again.
Well, you expect better from him. Davy Nichols, who's closest to him, but he's not getting across to make the block here. Hartley can let this come across his body. Bednar at full stretch. Well, that's a decent chance for a player of Paul Hartley's technique.
Hearts playing in their 13th Scottish Cup final. Gretna, of course, have never experienced the like before. Skelton kept it in.
Well, we see free kick 10 yards inside the Gretna half, but Chris Innes has gone up and Clearly Rowan Alexander has said every opportunity, knock it long to the targets and try and play off that.
Townsley and towards Duca. There's a foul by him on Stephen Presley.
Well, he reckons not, and to be fair to Kenny Duca, he's won his share against Stephen Presley today, giving him a real hard time when the ball's upstairs. Not a great deal on that, I have to say.
Well, Kenny Duca still has a problem with that knock he took a moment ago and might have to be replaced. That's ominous for Gretna. So Duca struggling. Well, in fact, they've decided that Kenny Duca can play on. He's given the signal that he is okay, so there's a change as to who's coming off.
Davy Nichols, I think.
Davy Nichols making way.
Substitution.
And on comes Davy Graham, a young striker who they signed from Stranraer. Gretna going for it, 10 minutes into the second half. Duca, he's definitely okay, and he's away. Well, Graham just on, made some sort of contact.
It's just behind him, he's in just a little bit too early. Duca did ever so well here at Skin Fisas. Gets the ball in as early as he can, but it's slightly behind Graham.
Bednar, Scatzel looking at turn provider this time, and Jankowskis and Hartley were both in there.
I think it took a nick off Derek Townsley. Took it away from Paul Hartley. Paul Hartley thinks he's scoring at the back post here. Scatzel couldn't have done any better here. Good early ball in, but that nick there took it off Paul Hartley.
Scatzel, the scorer of Hart's goal, will take this corner. Scatzel delivers. Skimmed off the head of Kenny Duca. It'll be another corner. Many Hearts fans stand to applaud Paul Hartley as he goes across to take this. Hartley in. Alan May deciding to punch it. Skelton. Gretna stringing some passes together. Birch. Skelton leaves it for Townsley. Tosh. Almost run away from Birch. Gretna have got the throw. Innes. Tosh. Just avoided Jankowskis with that. Here's Townsley. Skelton. As tigerish as ever. Here's Ryan McGuffey. Skelton now. Might have sold Townsley a bit short. Wisniewski's and Townsley both went for it. Jankowskis. It's Paul Hartley. Hartley tried to slip it through to Jankowskis, but it was blocked.
I don't think Bednar did him any favours. Paul Hartley's hoping Bednar will drag the defender so he can shift it onto his right side and get the shot in. Good early ball from Jankowskis, who spotted the run of Hartley initially.
Here's Graham. Having some zip, having just come on, but unable to deliver.
I did everything right, apart from the final ball. Wilson left for dead there. 2 white jerseys in the 6-yard box.
Still just the 1 goal in it, scored by Rudy Scatzel 6 minutes before half-time. Innes made it his. Grady. McGuffey. Poor.
Yeah, final ball again. Hand it to Rowan Alexander, though. I think the switch has worked well for Gretna at the moment. It's more or less 3-4-3, so they're still matching up in midfield, still got a spare defender at the back. They've got a bit of support up to Grady and Duker as well.
There's Jankowskis, though, and he's aiming to put Hartley through. Hartley racing with the pass. Jankowskis and Bednar tangled with Mark Birch. Now there's going to be a card coming out here from Dougie McDonald. Yellow card.
Well, Bednar will take the free kick, but he should have been in here. It's a clumsy touch on his right knee. It gets away from him. But it was a square pass from Gretna that put them in bother in the first place, and the first touch from Bednar let him down, otherwise he was in. Taylor made for Hartley here, inside left. I'm surprised if anyone but Paul Hartley gets a strike of this.
Well, we've seen him score from here before. From this kind of range. Paul Hartley is ready, but it's over and out. It didn't really threaten Alan Main at all.
No, I didn't really get any pace on it. I'm surprised John O'Neill's on the wall. Maybe need the bigger fellas to pick up at the back post, but I think Hartley was always going to take it on.
McGuffey. Here's Towell. We might just present Kenny Duker with a chance. Well, Alexander's Gretna still hoping they might get a break, they might get an equaliser. Bednar has helped it on though, and Hearts want that second goal to finish them off. Chesnauskis. Bednar, blocked by Skelton. It's going to come back to Bruno Aguiar. Oh, and it just about stopped his main.
I didn't really get a decent strike on it, Aguiar. Didn't quite get out his body there to get some purchase on it. Gretna still well in this, even at 1-0 down.
McGuffey. Here's Tosh. Ray Gordon, the Football Writers Player of the Year in Scotland, and also the Hearts Players Player of the Year. Well, we'll go for Wolves back after that kick. John O'Neill. Chesnauskis. Stephen Presley, who does have a Scottish Cup winners medal. He came on for Rangers as a late sub in the 1993 final. He'd have played a much more prominent part this time with Hearts to it. A hint of handball on Bednar then.
Yeah, big claim there. Chris Ennis looking across at the assistant. I'm not sure Dougie McDonald was positioned to see it. The pace of the game's starting to drop, and it might be suiting Gretna a little bit. I think they struggled early on. The high tempo Hearts started with.
Just going to run away from Ryan McGuffey.
It's a pity Stevie Tosh reckons he should have got to it, but
the Gretna story, remarkable as it already is, will have a new chapter next season when they play in Europe. Of course, their ground is far too small. They're going to have to play their matches at Motherwell. And if they lose the final, they're going to have to play a qualifying round as well, but it's going to be yet another exciting experience for Rowan Alexander and his team. The team from a tiny town on the borders really have put themselves on the world map. They have captured the imagination of football fans everywhere. McGuffey. All the deflection helped out Grady, but it's stopped by Tal.
it's a good spell in the game though for Gretna. The ball in from James Grady, there was no lack of support there.
Bednar. Oh, Romain has miscued it, but he was helped out by Chris Innes. Birch just about carried with Bednar closing in. Skelton.
A good spell in the game for Gretna. As I said, well in it, the longer this game wears on at 1-0, the more nervous you'd imagine Hearts will become.
Grady has picked out McGuffey. The question is, who can he pick out? Ryan McGuffey. And Tal stopped it, returning to Grady. And here's Jankauskas trying to put Bednar in. And Bednar is in. The keeper's off his line.
Oh, he made a terrific run there, Bednar. Just held away there, and he's right across Mark Birch. Hold. Watch him go now. He's just too quick for Birch there. Again, I think he should be doing better. Alan Main's right out his goal. All he's got to do is dink it over him.
There's Davy Graham. Oh, he's through. What a big moment. He's surely going to score. No! Robbie Nilsson with an amazing tackle to preserve Hearts' lead.
Oh, what a big moment in the match. Chances just don't come any better, especially in cup finals. Gets a little bit of luck to get him in. What a chance that is.
A massive moment in the cup final. Davy Graham looks set to score, and Robbie Nilsson, Hearts' longest serving player, stepped in at the last moment, the very last moment.
Rather boss in the game now, you'd have to say that. Only one team playing at the moment, and it's not Hearts.
Skelton. Oh, it's been presented to Graham again. McGuffey. Davy Graham gets a corner. He might have had a goal. And Rowan Alexander ordering the Gretna followers to raise the stakes at Hampden. It's a fantastic spell for his team, but they need to make it pay. Skelton's corner. Innes and Nelson there. And turned wide by Juka.
Tell you what's a chance. Slightly behind him, and again he's struggling to get power on it, but Hearts don't deal with the first ball in. Well won by Innes. Comes off Robbie Nilsson, back across the face of goal. And although it's behind him, he's trying to adjust his feet there to get power on it. But Hearts starting to look ragged at the back.
Hearts are going to bring on Michael Pospisil soon. excellent account of themselves in this second half, and Davy Graham has sparked them into life. It's a rather tame effort ultimately.
And he's got options as well. He's got James Grady left, he's got Duca making a run to his right. Grady in particular was looking for a feed through, and he never got a hold of it. What an impact he's had, the substitute.
Roman Bednar, the Czech striker, is going to be replaced by one of his fellow countrymen here, Michael Pospisil, who scored in the third round when Hearts began to Hampden with a 3-0 win over Aberdeen. I seem to recall it was a bit of a cracker as well from Pospisil. He's coming on for the last 20 minutes or so. Well, possibly the last 20 minutes. Of course, there could be extra time if Gretna find a way back. It's become hard work for Hearts, that's for sure. Gretna rallying, Presley does manage to find Craig Gordon, and James Grady's going to get a card for that, you would suspect.
Yeah, I think he could have pulled out of it had he wanted to. James Grady knew exactly what he was doing. Stephen Presley certainly got enough in the back header.
Well, he's let him off with just a warning. No card. Skelton. Presley's header. Caught out then by Pospisil, who's just on. And Gretna toiling in their efforts to dig this one out, but Derek Townsley has done so now, although it's going to fall kindly for Hearts. Scatzel, and an important header away from Innes. Fisas.
That was trying to shot there, Fisas. It's gone out for a throw-in.
Another change for Hearts. Off comes Bruno Aguiar, and on comes Julien Brellier, the Frenchman, who has done an important job in the Hearts team this season.
Yeah, he's a great protector. It's like for like, he'll be the deepest sitting player beside Hartley, but very good in that role, and probably a measure of even Auschwitz's concern here at how much of the game Gretna are having.
Skelton. Nelson, who saved Hearts with that last tackle on Davy Graham. So they still have a 1-0 lead in the cup final. This is worth another look.
Yeah, if Hearts do win the cup 1-0 today, they'll certainly raise a glass to Robbie Neilson. Because you'd have put your house on Graham here scoring. Does well to take it round Craig Gordon. Still got it under close control, but Robbie Neilson made up the ground. Terrific challenge.
Gretna really plugging away though. Here's Brellier just on. Screening his defence. Jesnauskis. Scatzel. And Kauskas is begging for in the box, but Scatzel has held himself up. Fisas. And Pospisil. No takers there for Hearts. Skelton. Kenny Duca. McGuffey. Duca giving it a go, but Stephen Presley will get there first.
Good referee. I think Stephen Presley looking for that, trying to be clever, get Hearts a free kick and get them up the pitch. A chance so for Gretna to get it in the box.
And John O'Neill goes down. Penalty given for Gretna. Cisnowski's the offender.
That's a typical forwards challenge. Once John O'Neill's in the box, Cisnowskis has got to be so sure. Nicky McDonald looked pretty well placed to call it. I think he's got it right. I think John O'Neill's looking for it, I've got to say that. But I can see why it's given.
Oh, well. Just over a quarter of an hour to go. And Gretna have their best chance yet to equalise. They nearly did a moment ago through Davy Graham. It's going to be down to Ryan McGuffey now. McGuffey scored from the spot here in Hamburg in the semi-final against Dundee. Can he score in the final? Ryan McGuffey, he can't, but he will from the rebound. McGuffey gets there in the end. Gretna are level. This is incredible.
Well, he certainly can't say they don't deserve it. But again, they get a little break because it's a terrific save from Craig Gordon. What I'm sure we'll be expecting his defenders to be piling in to try and win the rebound. Good save, gets away from him though. Sat up beautifully from McGuffey. Well, what a story we have in our hands here now. And it certainly hasn't been against the run of play.
And Brooks Milson, the man who has masterminded Gretna's incredible rise. Sitting in amongst the fans and celebrating one of the most amazing, magical moments in Scottish Cup history. It is Hearts 1, Gretna 1. Here's Jankowskis though. Oh, he's trying to get in here. Oh, it's just bounced away from Scattle.
Well, I think it took a big bobble there coming across the 6-yard box, otherwise he might have been able to knock it in. Ball sat up horribly for him. Jankowskis does well to get it back across goal. Big bounce there though.
Well, Valdis Ivanowski's side have certainly been on the back foot in this second half as Gretna showed their spirit. We said they always score. They have done. Ryan McGuffey's 16th goal of the season, 6 of them have been penalties. I think we could safely say that was his biggest penalty ever, and although it was saved by Craig Gordon, he followed up to equalise. And now Gretna have a spring in their step. Here's Talbot. Trying to step it up a gear, but Gretna will feel they were worthy of an equaliser on their second half showing. Robbie Nilsson. Nilsson again. Up against Davy Graham, who's won it and will be feeling rather better now that Gretna have equalised after his miss. Here's Fisas. In it goes for Hartley. And he was so close to putting Hearts in front.
It's a terrific chance, just doesn't get over it. Not picked up at all, Paul Hartley. Right in the middle of the goals. Got time to open his body, just trying to pass it on target. He's caught on the half volley, ball on the up.
It has been this kind of season in the Scottish Cup. We kicked it off with Clyde not only beating Celtic but battering them out of sight. We saw Hibs win at Ibrox against Rangers. Partick Thistle saw off Cali Thistle. St Mirren, Alloa, Airdrie all had their moments in the sun. And of course, Gretna from the second division, going all the way to the final, and now they are holding Hearts. A few of their fans will be holding their Hearts at this rate. Birch's free kick.
So again, Duker wins it. It's not an area Hearts want to be losing headers in as deep as that.
Just over 10 minutes to go of normal time. Grady kept it in, but Stephen Presley on hand. And Brilliant. Hartley trying to drive Hearts forward. Brilliant. Brilliant. Scansell secures another throw. Tense times at Hampden Park. Fisas getting ready for a longer. Fisas aiming it towards Pospisil. Alan Main's going to come and claim it. The Main, that man, just when Gretna needed him. Nielsen. Kenny Juka chasing with Stephen Presley. Nielsen getting ready to take this throw. Hearts, who finished second in the Scottish Premier League, in a Champions League position, being held by Gretna, the second division champions. And Pospisil unable to do much there.
Just wondered about Craig Gordon's position at the penalty. Certainly Hearts were saying the assistant's flag was up. To the bottom right of the picture here as the penalty's taken. He reckons Craig Gordon has gone early and is a yard off his line. The flag is up there, but I think Dougie MacDonald rightly has given Gretna the advantage as McGuffey follows it in.
Booted away by Chris Innes. Skelton. Well, Rowan Alexander's team didn't just come here for a day out. They wanted to give a good account of themselves and make a match of it, and they've certainly done just that. I suspect they'll be heading for the SPL pretty soon. They charge through the divisions. I think his clothing's become a bit unravelled in all the excitement there. Wilson is helped out by Townsley. The manager's switch in the second half has paid off, and Gretna now believe they can win the Scottish Cup. Although knowing them, they probably believed it all along. Skelton. Townsley. O'Neill. Kenny Juka. And Ryan McGuffey. He could be in here. And Craig Gordon gets a vital touch.
I certainly did. It's a terrific through ball to get him down the outside though. Gordon made up his mind very early it was coming. It's a big right hand to stop it coming back across the face of goal. Gretna bossing the game here.
Townsley and Innes are in there to aim for. It's Skelton's corner, and it's going to come back towards Skelton. He tries again. What a big chance for Innes.
That certainly was. It's a Saskatchewan chance all over again. Townsley does so well to win the first ball. Just helps it onto the back post area. And Chris Innes just throws his left foot at it. Identical chance to that of Rudy Scatzel. And this time it's the centre half who's on the end of it.
It's a free kick for Hearts. There are just over 5 minutes left of normal time. Extra time beckoning unless somebody plans to be a hero late on in the 90. Paul Hartley standing over the free kick as Hampden holds its breath, and Alan Mayne will say thanks like that. More of the same, most welcome. That'll be offside against James Grady.
I needed it earlier. But Gretna will never have a better chance. Hearts have lost their way completely here.
12,000 Gretna fans at Hampden today. And the town's population is less than 3,000.
Substitution for Hearts.
One Lithuanian, the man who gave away the penalty, Česnauskas, is being replaced by another, Mikalunas.
Again, it's like for like, natural wide player. Change the Hearts shape at all. So we need an injection of something.
Nilsson, Mikalunas getting involved. Nilsson, Townsley stretching. Here's Tosh. John O'Neill. Kenny Duca seemed to collide with Nilsson, but Gretna is still going. Davy Graham. Ryan McGuffey. Tosh. Graham, can they get the ball in the box? Yes, they can, and it's away by Presley, back by Birch. Hearts on the rack in the Scottish Cup final. And a free kick for Gretna as Townsley is impeded.
It's wrong side here, because he's not in a position to make a decent challenge without fouling Townsley. Again, Gretna load up the back post. Chris Innes has gone up. They've got Duca.
O'Neill floating it in, and just too high for Kenny Duca, who would have fancied it so much.
That's a poor ball. Always overhit. You get something in front of the big boys, get something in front of them that can go and attack.
It has been an extraordinary season in the Scottish Cup, and it may not have finished yet. There might be another 30 minutes coming. There might even be a penalty shootout. Nobody gave Gretna much of a chance coming here, but they gave themselves every chance. They are a side used to winning. Skelton. Oh, there could be a break on for Mikalunas. Hearts pushing bodies forward if he can deliver. He can, but it's met by Innes. last time a Scottish Cup final went to extra time was 15 years ago in 1991. Alan Main and John O'Neill of Gretna played for Dundee United, who lost 4-3 to Motherwell. Kenny Duca just putting up a little bit again then.
Looks like cramp. But again, previous to that, Craig Gordon very slack with the clearance. Hasn't looked comfortable at all when the ball's been played back to him.
The last minute of normal time, a goal now could win the cup. It's as simple as that. Nielsen. Or Mikalunas, corner kick for Hearts.
It's a good tackle from Derek Townsend. Gretna's back three have been superb.
Attention rises. Stephen Presley won't be allowed to get near that by Alan Main.
It's a terrific take, just took all the pressure off the boys in front of him.
He's going to carry to Craig Gordon. James Grady was the lone man forward for Gretna as we approach the 90-minute mark, and there's only going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Extra time looking likely, unless somebody can snatch an injury time winner. Mikalunas. It's a bit of a scrap, and the free kick has gone to Gretna.
Did him nicely. 2 minutes added. Gets him out.
Well, Brooks Smileson's Gretna are very, very close to taking Hearts to extra time in the Scottish Cup final. Who would have thought it? Well, this season in this competition, the words "you never know" have never been more prevalent. Just imagine if Gretna were to nick it here. John O'Neill will be underneath that. Davy Graham trying to help it on. But it's a Hearts throw, and there's half a minute left. Pospisil. Can Hearts snatch it right at the end? Pospisil still has it. Needs to get across in, does. Hartley's header, taken by Main, his former St Chelston teammate.
The ball had to come into the area a little bit earlier. Pospisil eventually squeezed out by Skellin.
It's extra time. It is just remarkable. Ryan McGuffey saw his penalty saved by Craig Gordon, but followed up the score from the rebound. And that cancelled out Rudy Scatzel's effort towards the end of the first half. And Gretna have taken Hearts to extra time.